5 years ago, LeBron James claimed a vandal spray painted the N-word on the gate of his Brentwood, California mansion. At the time of the alleged incident, James and his family primarily resided in Cleveland, and James was in Oakland participating in the NBA Finals. James's employees removed and painted over the racist graffiti before police arrived and could investigate. Nevertheless, when discussing the crime from the NBA's highest platform, James analogized what he and his family experienced to the mother of Emmett Till, the 14-year-old black boy murdered in Mississippi in 1955 for whistling at a white woman. Here, let's take a listen to LeBron James speaking at the 2017 NBA Finals.
I mean, as I sit here on the eve of, on the eve of one of the greatest sporting events that we have in sports, race and what's going on comes again, but it just goes to show that that racism will always be a part of the world, a part of America, and hate, in America, especially for African American, is living every day. And I think back to Emmett Till's mom. Actually, it's kind of one of the first things I thought of, and the reason that she had a open casket is because she wanted to show the world what her son went through as far as a hate crime and, being black in America. So it's like it doesn't, no matter how much money you have, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, being black in America is tough, and we got a long way to go. For us as a society and for us as African Americans until we feel equal in America.
So, spray painted graffiti that LeBron James and his family never personally saw made LeBron James think of the pain Mamie Till felt over the murder of her teenage son. James, in my opinion, was lying. The hate he whined about was a hoax intended to garner sympathy and elevate his brand as a social justice warrior. I believed that in 2017 when he first said it, and I believe it even more today, analyzing his reaction to the murder of Ethan Lyman in a parking lot at James's celebrated Akron, Ohio, I Promise School. Lyman and his family have far more in common with Emmett and Mamie Till than LeBron James ever will. 2 weeks ago today, 3 men beat Ethan Lyman, a 17-year-old honor roll student, to death near an outdoor basketball court at the I Promise School. Lyman is white. His accused assailants are black. Lyman and 3 friends were joyriding in his car and shooting a water paintball gun. That water paintball gun we're picturing there, they were shooting that out of the car. They stopped at the I Promise School. 2 of Lyman's friends, 2 black teenagers, got out of the car with the water gun and approached 4 men playing basketball. According to initial reports, Lyman's friends fired the water gun at the men. 3 of the men chased Lyman's friends back to Lyman's car. Lyman, a 6'1" football and baseball player, stepped out of the car and tried to calm the situation. He was attacked. The 3 men beat him brutally. According to witness statements and the police report, the assailants punched and kicked Lyman after he was knocked unconscious on the ground. The assailants then allegedly prevented Lyman's friends from rushing him to a hospital. The assailants snatched one of the teenagers' cell phones as they tried to call for help, took Lyman's car keys, and moved his car to the opposite side of the parking lot. Liming's third friend ran away from the scene and called police. When the police arrived, Liming was dead. Approximately a week later, law enforcement arrested the three assailants. They've been charged with murder and sit in jail on $1 million bonds. So let me give you a quick recap of what just happened here. Two black kids shot a water paintball gun at four black men, sparking a confrontation outside a white kid's car. The white kid attempted to calm the situation. The three black men beat him to death in the parking lot of the school fronted by a high-profile racial justice warrior, the Muhammad Ali of the 21st century. So now you understand what happened. And so here's what LeBron James has had to say about that incident from his Twitter feed. Our condolences goes out to the family who lost a loved one. May the heavens above watch over you during this tragedy. Pray for our community. LeBron's heartfelt, grammatically challenged tweet included heart and crown emojis. There was no mention of Emmett or Mamie Till, no mention of racial hatred or racial justice. 5 black kids got in a fight, and the white kid who initially acted as peacemaker got killed. What would LeBron tweet if a black child was brutally beaten by 3 white men in the parking lot of his I Promise school? I can guarantee you he would analogize it to Emmett Till and compare 2022 America to 1955 America. What happened to Ethan Liming is similar to what happened to Emmett Till. Till was allegedly trying to amuse his friends when he whistled at Carolyn Bryant, a white shopkeeper. Days later, when told of the incident, Bryant's husband turned a would-be harmless joke into a murder that rocked America. The water gun horseplay of Liming's black friends sparked his murder. Deshaun Stafford, age 20, Tyler Stafford, age 19, and Donovan Jones, age 21, the 3 accused assailants, turned a harmless prank into a murder that LeBron James and his media sycophants want to ignore. LeBron wore a hoodie to protest the death of Trayvon Martin, a teenage boy in Sanford, Florida. LeBron ranted that black people are hunted every day after 2 white men shot Ahmaud Arbery. LeBron put a target on the back of a white Ohio police officer after he shot a teenage black girl who was attempting to stab a black woman. So all of this stuff in Ohio, in Florida, where Ahmaud Arbery, did that happen in Alabama somewhere? LeBron's got smoke for all of them people. But when violence and racial violence comes to his school parking lot, LeBron has nothing to say. LeBron has smoke for everyone white he believes wrongly takes a life. He has nothing substantive to say when black people take lives. LeBron James is a stereotypical racist bigot. Racial bigotry of any stripe is rooted in lust for power. The KKK terrorized black and white people who failed to support the racist policies of the Democratic Party. That's not an opinion. It's a historical fact. The KKK, founded in 1865, shortly after the Civil War, shortly after black people started seizing political power, the KKK was founded right here in Tennessee. And they started terrorizing people that wouldn't get on board with the Democrats' racist policies. It's always rooted in power, lust for it. That's where racism is rooted. LeBron is a political soldier for the Democratic Party. His bigotry is rooted in lust for political power. Democrats have painted their political opponents as bigots. It's LeBron's job to promote that narrative. He pounces on every high-profile opportunity, and he's not above going the Jussie Smollett route and creating faux hate crimes. This dude analogized himself to Mamie Till at the behest of his political puppet masters. He will never address the family dysfunction and chaos that leads to far too many black boys and black men settling conflict with deadly violence. The DNC, the Dead Negroes Confederacy, loves dead Negroes. The DNC forbids its constituents from publicly discussing the pervasive violence that plagues black communities and leads to dead Negroes. That issue is to be ignored until it magically disappears from indifference. Indifference is one of the most deadly and lethal emotions. LeBron James is indifferent to the violence that killed Ethan Lyman. LeBron, like many leftists, expects black men to randomly kill.